From Kern Government Television, welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting, originating from the County Administrative Center located at 1115 Truxtun Avenue, Bakersfield, California. Kern County's vision is to create and maintain a customer-centered county government designed to garner the confidence, support, and trust of the people we serve. Today's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily.
Board to reconvene. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Supervisor Peters.
Here.
Supervisor Scribner.
Here.
Supervisor Maggard.
Here.
Supervisor Couch.
Here.
Supervisor Perez.
Here.
Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to the Tuesday, April 5th, 2022, 2 p.m. meeting of the Board of Supervisors. We were going to have a report out from closed session, but first I'd like to read something that occurred in closed session. Today in closed session regarding item number 45 of this morning's agenda, I'm happy to report by unanimous 5-0 vote, the Board of Supervisors appointed Jeremy Oliver as the Interim Director of Aging and Adult Services, effective April 9th, 2022. Mr. Oliver has been with the Department of Aging and Adult Services for over 20 years, having served as a program director for the last 9 years. The board thanks Mr. Oliver for serving as the interim director and looks forward to working with him. So thank you so much. And now I'll turn to County Counsel Margot Raison for any other reports.
Good afternoon, Chairman, members of the board. And in closed session this morning, you also met on item number 47, but there is no reportable action.
Thank you. So we will begin by considering the consent agenda, and agendas are located on the two tables near the doors in the back of the chambers for anyone wishing to follow along. All items listed with a CA or C above the item are considered to be routine and non-controversial by county staff. The CA represents the consent agenda for the Board of Supervisors. The C represents the consent agenda for the Kern Sanitation Authority. Consent items will be considered first and may be approved by one motion. If a member of the audience wishes to comment or ask questions regarding an item on the consent agenda, they may do so prior to a vote being taken. A member of the board may remove any item from the consent agenda, and it will be considered in listed sequence with an opportunity for any member of the public to address the board concerning the items before action is taken. At this time, I will read the consent agenda items for the Board of Supervisors agenda. So starting on page 2, items 4 and 5 are on consent. On page 3, all items 6 through 12 are on consent. Page 4, all items 13 through 21 are on consent. On page 5, items 22, 23, and 24 are on consent, as well as 28, 29, and 30. I do have a correction to read for item 30. At the end of the print, it should say at 11 a.m. at the end. So 11 a.m. is added to the text on item 30. Page 6, all items 31 through 38 are on consent. On page 7, all items 39 through 45 are on consent. And finally, on page 8, items 46 through 48 are all on consent. So I'll ask now if there are any members of the public that would like to make a comment on any of the items on the Board of Supervisors consent agenda. Okay, seeing none, then I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda and to adjourn as the Board of Supervisors and reconvene as the Kern Sanitation Authority.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We are now sitting as the Kern Sanitation Authority and will consider the consent agenda, which includes item C1. Are there any members of the audience who would like to make a comment on item C1? Okay, seeing none, then I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda and to adjourn as the Kern Sanitation Authority and reconvene as the Board of Supervisors.
So moved.
Second.
Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you. So we have reconvened as the Board of Supervisors and will now consider item number 2, which is public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons to address the board on any matter not on this agenda, but under the jurisdiction of the board. Board members may respond briefly to statements made or questions posed. They may ask a question for clarification, make a referral to staff for factual information, or request staff to report back to the board at a later meeting. Also, the board may take action to direct staff to place a matter of business on a future agenda. And so now I'll ask if there's any members of the public that would like to make a comment on any item not on our agenda. And we'd ask you state your name, and you are limited to 2 minutes. Please come forward.
Good afternoon. Joe Chesney, 1st District. I just was wanting to make a comment about this morning's meeting with when you all approved the Dominion servers to be used. I was sat here and watched it, and I witnessed what happened. And what I witnessed was a county clerk that came in here at the last minute, threw out what she wanted, and gave you guys no opportunity to have a meeting to discuss it. The county clerk basically says, you vote now or we have no elections. I think that is not a good thing. It happened in 2016. I believe that happened too. I would like to put it up for a suggestion that the county clerk in the future lets the people up here in the future know when this money is going to be needed and stuff, because you guys didn't even have a chance to say anything. She backed you. I look as she threw you under the bus a little bit by waiting for the last second to come in to give you guys an opportunity to vote. And you guys couldn't even talk about it. Take it and go figure it out. You guys were put in a very strange position. And if I was a board of supervisors and somebody came in to me at the last second wanting funding and late on funding on December, I wouldn't be very happy with an elected official doing that. I think you should take into account that for in the future, the county clerk needs to inform you folks, the supervisors, of what is going on prior to coming in here so that you have an opportunity to make a proper decision. I think she completely derailed you guys, took it away from you. She took that away from you. I'm here for the Board of Supervisors. What I watch is she took away your authority by coming in here late. I think good lawyers do that stuff. But that's all I have to say. I want to come in here and state that I hope in the future that you guys work something out to that side of the house, let you know what's going on prior to what's going on, and questions and funding prior to this meeting so that you guys aren't compromised. It was terrible to watch.
Thank you, Mr.
And
Chairman.
I just want to say that and have a lovely day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, I'm on your guys' side.
Thank you.
Any other presentations, please, from the public?
Hi,
Good
Paul
afternoon.
Infesti, District 3. I just wanted to give an apology. During one of the speakers this morning, I sort of lost it and started laughing or snickering. It was uncontrollable, so I covered my mouth and I walked over to be another side to keep it. So I hope I wasn't being too disruptive. I was watching it. I do want to say I appreciate the patience all of you showed this morning when people, especially you, Mr. Chair, about the patience, about when people went over the time limit, that you would remind them. And in the manner you did was very calm and not something that should cause escalation. So that was really good too. But anyway, I'm proud of how all of you conduct yourselves at this meeting, at least in public. And I think it helps set a good tone. So I just need to say that after all the criticisms you usually get. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Linfesti. Please come again.
Especially if you say compliments to the chair.
Next speaker, please.
Privately, it's very different, Paul.
But yeah, Paul, that's how you do it. That's how you, get loved.
Hi, my name's Joy Kennedy. I'm from outside of Arvin. I've been here many times in the past, but not for several months. The issue I had brought up when I was here last year was fireworks, illegal fireworks going off constantly everywhere. They are still going off in Arvin. I started writing down the dates. I gave up in November. As of day before yesterday, they're still going off. I don't know what people are celebrating out there, but it's getting really old. When I was here last time, I was told that there were some things that were going to be changed, that were going to be put into place. I was wondering if those issues can be revealed at this point or not. July 4th is going to get here really soon, the way the year's going. That's it.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Supervisor Couch?
she's a constituent of the 4th District. So, Mr. Zervis, can I refer the issue of fireworks, illegal fireworks, and how we're going to, we did talk about it last year, doing something a little bit different this year. And I don't know that you want to talk about it right now. Maybe you want the fire chief to give him a chance. It's up to you.
Yep, thank you, Supervisor Couch, through the chair. We will work with the fire department, the sheriff's department, and report back to the board.
Any other public speakers, please? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I'm Michael Turnipseed. I represent the Kern County Taxpayers Association. 3 comments from this morning. Number 1, if you don't come here all the time and look at the agenda, there are retroactive contracts being approved virtually every month. And nobody in the audience seems to understand that happens. Secondly, that the auditor controller, because she is an elected official, she's independent of you, just like Sheriff Youngblood, and she doesn't have to tell you every time she wants to do something. She can do it because she has the authority to as an elected, and she ranked countywide. And number 3, I don't think people understand that when you go to this kind of stuff like we did back in whenever we got Dominion, you didn't do it in a month. You spent a long time studying everything because it was a very important decision. You didn't just, certain things you can do in a week and certain things take a year. So just do your, but you have to tell the public, I think, this because they have no clue how you operate. That they can come in April 1st and have a new voting system in by June 2nd, it doesn't happen. And part of that is the public doesn't know. So just have to remember that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Turnipseed. Any other comments from members of the public under public presentations? Items not on the agenda. Okay, seeing none, thank you. We'll move on to board member announcements and reports. Do we have any this afternoon? Okay, I don't see any. Then we'll move on to our items that are off the consent agenda, starting on page 5. We have item number 25. These are under legislative matters, and this is Senate Concurrent Resolution 75 by Senator Grove, requesting Kern County Sheriff's Office Deputy Philip Campus Memorial Interchange. And I'll start with Mr. Zervis, please.
Yes, Chairman Scrivener, Mr. Brown from our office is going to be handling this item. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. This item is to request your board adopt a position in support of Senate Concurrent Resolution 75, authored by Senator Grove, which would establish the Kern County Sheriff's Office Deputy Philip Campus Memorial Interchange, renaming the highway interchange located at State Route 65 and State Route 99. On January 25th, 2021, Deputy Campus joined his fellow deputies in responding to a 911 dispatch in the city of Wasco involving shots fired and a barricaded suspect. As a member of the elite Kern County Sheriff's Office SWAT team, Deputy Campus was deployed and a standoff ensued. Upon approaching the house to end the standoff, the suspect opened fire, striking Deputy Campus and another deputy. Both were transported to a local hospital where Deputy Campus tragically succumbed to his wounds. Deputy Campus's friends and family remember him as a loving father, son, husband, and brother who served honorably in the United States Marine Corps. He is survived by his wife, Christina, and 3 young children. The SCR 75 honors the life, legacy, and service of Deputy Campus by renaming the highway interchange located at State Route 65 and State Route 99 in Kern County. The recommended action is for your board to adopt a position of support and authorize the chairman to sign correspondence to the appropriate officials. This concludes staff's prepared comments. We're available for any questions your board may have.
Thank you. Do we have any comments from members of the public on this item? Okay, seeing none, I'll return to the board.
Motion to support.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you, and thanks to Senator Grove for bringing this forward. Next on our agenda is item 26. This is a response to requests for information regarding Assembly Bill 2719, California Environmental Quality Act, exemptions for highway safety improvements projects. Mr. Brown, please.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, this item is a response to your board's request for information on Assembly Bill 2719, authored by Assemblymember Fong, which would exempt highway safety improvement projects undertaken by the Department of Transportation or a local agency from CEQA requirements. According to data from Caltrans, crashes on rural freeways increased from over 8,000 in 2014 to over 12,000 in 2018, with a total of 950 fatalities. Urban freeways experienced an increase in crashes as well, spiking from 107,000 to 140,000 over the same period, with over 3,100 victims killed. Highway safety improvement projects are desperately needed across the state. Safety improvement projects include pavement and shoulder widening, rumble strips, skid-resistant surfaces, and improvements for pedestrian or bicyclist safety. These types of safety projects are currently subject to CEQA review, which imposes a variety of requirements such as public notices, public hearings, and environmental impact reports. These regulations understandably take time and additional resources, but at the unfortunate expense of delays to needed safety projects. In Kern County, rumble strips, widened shoulders, and more are desperately needed on Highway 33, where crashes happen regularly. As recently as March 12, 2022, 2 men unfortunately lost their lives in a head-on collision on Highway 33. To expedite and streamline the construction of highway safety improvement projects, AB 2719 would exempt these critical projects from CEQA, with the end goal of helping to keep drivers, bicyclists, and pedestrians safe on our roadways. This concludes staff's prepared comments. We're available for any questions your board may have. The recommended action is for your board to receive and file this report and provide further direction.
Thank you. I'll ask now if there are any members of the public that would like to make any comment on item 26. Okay, seeing none, I'll return to the board. The requested action is to receive and file and provide direction on this bill.
Mr. Chairman.
Supervisor Couch.
Thank you for bringing this forward. I'd like us to take a position in support of the bill. If you read what some of the things that are required to get environmental review are these days, it's absurd. The most egregious of those examples, I think, is rumble strips. But there are others. So I would like to support this effort. I don't know that it's going to do any good, but I think we ought to be engaged in this type of activity a little bit more often. So that's my recommendation, and it's a motion as well. Thank you.
I'll second that. Oh, sorry, Supervisor.
Excuse me. Well, thank you, Supervisor Peters, and thank you, Supervisor Couch. We have a motion and a second to provide support on this bill. Any other discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes.
Mr. Chairman, could I interject and include in the motion, if you are...
Have the chairman sign.
Absolutely. If we could include authorized chairman to sign the correspondence, that way we don't have to come back to your board. The letter of support can go directly to Sacramento.
That'd be fine. Thank you.
Very good. So the motion and the second both concur. So that is the motion. Please cast your votes.
Thank you. The motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk, for that clarification. Next is item 27. This is a response to request for information regarding Assembly Bill 2494, County of Kern Citizens Redistricting Commission. We'll turn to Mr. Brown once again.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, this item is a response to your board's request for information on Assembly Bill 2494, authored by Assemblymember Salas, which would establish the County of Kern Citizens Redistricting Commission. Existing law requires the Board of Supervisors of each county, following each decennial federal census, to adjust the boundaries of the supervisorial districts of the county so that the districts are substantially equal in population and comply with applicable federal law. Existing law specifies the procedures the Board of Supervisors must follow in adjusting those boundaries. In November 2021, your board completed its work on redistricting based on the 2020 census results. The language in AB 2494 proposes to establish the County of Kern Citizens Redistricting Commission, which would be responsible for adjusting the boundary lines of the county's supervisorial districts. The commission would consist of 14 members who ultimately adopt and implement a redistricting plan. The current bill language states that the commission shall consist of 14 members, with at least one commission member residing in each of the 5 existing supervisorial districts. and the political party preferences of the commission members are to be as proportional as possible to the total number of voters who are registered with each political party in the County of Kern, as determined by registration at the most recent statewide election. The bill also states that the political party preferences of the commission members are not required to be exactly the same as the proportion among the registered voters of the county. In addition to AB 2494, in addition, AB 2494 would require the 14 members of the commission to 1, be a resident of Kern County, 2, be a voter who has been continuously registered in Kern County with the same political party or no party preference, and who has not changed their political party or no party preference for at least 5 years preceding the date of their appointment to the commission. 3, commission members must have voted in at least one of the last 3 statewide elections immediately preceding their application to be a member of the commission. 4, commission members must, quote, possess experience that demonstrates analytical skills relevant to the redistricting process and voting rights, and possess an ability to comprehend and apply applicable state and federal legal requirements. Commission members must, quote, possess experience that demonstrates an ability to be impartial. And 6, commission members must, quote, possess experience that demonstrates an appreciation for the diverse demographics and geography of the County of Kern. An applicant for the Redistricting Commission will be disqualified if they or an immediate family member within the 10 years preceding the date of application to the Commission have done any of the following. 1 has been appointed to, elected to, or a candidate for office at the local, state, or federal level representing the County of Kern, including as a member of the board. 2, served as an employee of or paid consultant for an elected representative at the local, state, or federal level representing the County of Kern. 3, served as an employee of or paid consultant for a candidate for office at the local, state, or federal level representing the County of Kern. 4, served as an officer, employee, or paid consultant of a political party or as an appointed member of a political party central committee. And 5, been a registered state or local lobbyist. In addition to these requirements, once an individual is selected to serve on the Redistricting Commission, the commission member shall be ineligible for a period of 5 years to hold elective public office at the federal, state, county, or city level in California. A commission member shall be ineligible for a period of 3 years to hold appointive federal, state, or local public office, to serve as paid staff for or as a paid consultant to the Board of Equalization, Congress, the legislature, or any individual legislator, or to register as a federal, state, or local lobbyist in this state. An interested person meeting all these qualifications may submit an application to the county elections official to be considered for membership on the commission. The county elections official shall review the applications and eliminate applicants who do not meet the specified qualifications. From the pool of qualified applicants, the county elections official shall select 60 of the most qualified applicants. The county elections official shall make public the names of the 60 most qualified applicants for at least 30 days. The county elections official shall not communicate with a member of the board or an agent for a member of the board about any matter related to the nomination process or applicants before the publication of the list of the 60 most qualified applicants. After selecting the 60 most qualified applicants, the county elections official shall create a sub-pool for each of the 5 existing supervisorial districts of the board. At a regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Supervisors, the Kern County Auditor Controller shall conduct a random drawing to select 1 commissioner from each of the 5 sub-pools established by the county elections official. After completing the random drawing at the same meeting of the Board of Supervisors, the Auditor Controller shall conduct a random drawing from all of the remaining applicants without respect to sub-pools to select 3 additional commissioners. The 8 selected commissioners shall review the remaining names in the sub-pools of applicants and shall appoint 6 additional applicants to the commission, bringing the commission to its full allotment of 14 members. The 6 appointees shall be chosen to ensure that the commission reflects the county's diversity, including racial, ethnic, geographic, and gender diversity. However, there are no formulas or specific ratios to be applied for this purpose per the language in AB 2494. The 8 commissioners shall also consider political party preference, selecting applicants so that the political party preference of the members of the commission are as proportional as possible to the total number of voters who are registered with each political party in the county of Kern. Additionally, the bill language states, commission member terms expire upon the appointment of the first member of the succeeding commission. 9 members of the commission shall constitute a quorum. 9 or more affirmative votes shall be required for any official action. The commission is permitted to retain consultants to advise the commission or a commission member regarding any aspect of the redistricting process. Consultants must meet the same qualifications as applicants to serve the commission. Consultants can be compensated. The commission shall comply with the Ralph M. Brown Act. Before the commission draws a map, the commission shall conduct at least 7 public hearings to take place over a period of no fewer than 30 days, with at least 1 public hearing held in each supervisorial district. After the commission draws a draft map, the commission shall post the map for public comment on the internet website of the County of Kern and conduct at least 2 public hearings to take place over a period of no fewer than 30 days. The commission shall establish and make available to the public a calendar of all public hearings. Hearings shall be scheduled at various times and days of the week to accommodate a variety of work schedules and to reach as large an audience as possible. The commission shall post the agenda for public hearings at least 7 days before the hearings. The agenda for a meeting shall include a copy of the draft map. The commission may post information on the internet website of the County of Kern that explains the redistricting process and includes a notice of each public hearing and the procedures for testifying during a hearing or submitting written testimony directly to the commission. In relation to the actual redistricting process, the language in AB 2494 states the commission shall establish single-member supervisorial districts for the board pursuant to a mapping process using the following criteria. 1, districts shall comply with the United States Constitution, and each district shall have a reasonably equal population with other districts for the board, except where deviation is required to comply with the Federal Voting Rights Act of 1965 or otherwise allowable by law. Population equality shall be based on the total population of residents of the county as determined by the most recent federal decennial census for which the redistricting data is available. 3, districts shall be geographically contiguous. 4, the geographic integrity of any city, local neighborhood, or community of interest shall be respected in a manner that minimizes its division. 5, districts shall be drawn to encourage geographic compactness such that nearby areas of population are not bypassed from more distant areas of population. 6, the place of residence of any incumbent or political candidate shall not be considered in the creation of a map. Districts shall not be drawn for purposes of favoring or discriminating against an incumbent, political candidate, or political party. 7, the commission shall adopt a redistricting plan adjusting the boundaries of the supervisorial districts and shall file the plan with the county elections official by the map adoption deadline set forth in statute. 8, all records of the commission relating to redistricting and all data considered by the commission in drawing a draft map or the final map are to be considered public records. And finally, the commission shall, with the final map, the commission shall issue, with the final map, a report that explains the basis on which the commission made its decisions in achieving compliance with the criteria outlined in this bill. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, that provides a broad overview of the commission requirements as outlined in the bill. From an administrative and budgetary perspective, AB 2494 also mandates that 1, the Board of Supervisors shall be responsible for ensuring a complete and accurate computerized database is available for redistricting and that procedures are in place to provide the public with access to redistricting data and computer software equivalent to what is available to the commission members. And 2, the board shall, quote, provide reasonable funding and staffing for the commission. Currently, there are only 4 independent redistricting commissions across the state that are responsible for adjusting local supervisorial district boundaries. They include San Diego County, LA County, Santa Barbara County, and San Francisco County. There are also about 15 cities in California with independent redistricting commissions. For some context, Santa Barbara County's redistricting commission had an operating budget of $780,000 in fiscal year 2020-21. By comparison, Kern's most recent redistricting costs included legal counsel, mapping software, consultant services, and dedicated staff time for a total of $281,000. The total fiscal impact and workload for county staff that would be required under the parameters of AB 2494 are not yet fully known. However, compared to the county's most recent redistricting process, the cost increase associated with changing local redistricting processes could be substantial. Moreover, the bill does not explicitly identify an ongoing source of funding from the State General Fund to meet the requirements for a local citizens redistricting commission, but it does mandate the Board of Supervisors take on the cost obligations, essentially creating an unfunded mandate. This concludes staff's prepared comments. We're available for any questions your board may have. The recommended action is for your board to receive and file this report and provide further direction. Please also note that our staff was advised this afternoon that a member of Assemblymember Salas' staff is present in the board chambers today to provide some comments and help answer questions your board may have regarding the bill.
Mr. Brown, thank you very much. Thank you for your work on this item and also the two prior items. We appreciate you. I'm going to ask now if there are any members of the public who would like to make any comment on item 27. Okay, seeing none, I'll return to the board. Supervisor Couch, I believe you made this referral, so I'll go to you first if you wish.
I did. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Man, I could go way into that, but suffice to say, it's another unfunded mandate. I think it's being led by folks that are not getting the desired outcome that they want, and so there's a continual effort to change laws and rules to get that desired outcome. And part of it that really jumped off the page at me when I first read it was, we sit here in a nonpartisan office, and there's a whole lot in there about partisan parties. And I think we should just do our best to avoid that whenever we possibly can. And I think we do a fairly good job of that. I know our staff does. I think we try to avoid that. And this sort of injects partisan politics into a nonpartisan office. So I'm hopeful that we would oppose, I'm hoping that we will oppose this, that we will, just as Kathy just mentioned a moment ago, that we would send a letter in opposition, or we would authorize the chairman to sign. So I'll make a motion that we oppose the legislation, and they authorize a letter to be drafted stating such, and that we authorize the chairman to sign. And I can go into other reasons, but suffice to say, I think that's adequate for now. Thank you very much, and thank you for your work, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Supervisor Couch. Supervisor Peters.
Thank you, Chairman. I just wanted to echo some of the points that Supervisor Couch made. I think that they were right on point, and I don't think that a group of appointed individuals by the head of the elections department are going to be better suited to district the county than a group in the Board of Supervisors that is elected by and accountable to the voters. So I disagree very strongly with this bill, and I would like to second Supervisor Couch's motion.
Thank you. Do we have any other comments from members of the board? Thank you. I think it's particularly disappointing when you have a legislator that did serve time in local government, although a very limited amount of time, would bring forward a bill that first imposes an unfunded mandate on the county of Kern, his home county, and secondly is stripping us of local control. I think those are two, very egregious actions that this bill would mean for the county of Kern. So I'll be happy to vote in support of opposition, and I'll be happy to sign the letter. You have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved, 4 ayes, 1 opposed. Supervisor Perez.
Thank you. That brings us to the conclusion of our agenda this afternoon. Having no additional items to consider, I will entertain a motion to adjourn to Tuesday, April 26th at 9 a.m.
So moved.
We are adjourned.
heritage, and it's my responsibility to take care of it.
If we take care of it,